You are being programmed.
Welcome to WTFTV Bitesize, my new series on bite-sized chunk videos for you to digest at your pleasure. Right, today's video is basically about marble statues, how lifelike they are. We've seen them banded around social media, people saying, wow, just look how lifelike. It's like they are really people that have been petrified. It's not like we've had a famous song. First I was afraid, I was petrified. Then we have gorgons like Medusa turning people into stone. Is this just myth, or was there some type of event or technology that could do this? So in this video I'm showing you some etymology that I've found, or spell etymology that I've found, that just blows this out of the water, and it really is intriguing. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and here's some images now of marble statues that you should enjoy. Coming up is clips from a couple of videos, and I think you're gonna love them. Most of you have seen them, but if not, I'm gonna put the link in the description and you can watch both videos again. Right guys, enjoy. Why do we have such a fascination with cemeteries? Is it because of the death, or the influence of TV and films? Is it the realization of how short our lives are? So in this video I'll be taking a look at monumental cemeteries and so much more. The phrase monumental cemetery I'd never heard of before my Genoa conundrum video. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Right guys, I want to show you some etymology. Obviously the title of the video is Monumental Cemeteries, and I just want to go through the definitions because it's wow. And what I found for something else on regarding a question which I'll talk about in a minute, it'll make sense and also blow your minds. Honestly, it's a blow your mind things. Yes, it's a what if, but there's nothing wrong with thinking out loud and showing you guys what I found. So the word to start off with is
monumental.
Monumental. So great in importance, extent or size. It's been a monumental effort as an example. Or the next one is of or serving as a monument. A bit like a trophy. Pulling out to display. Just think on that. It's just crazy, isn't it, when we just look at words like this. Now the next one is coming up now, and that would be
cemetery.
Now just look at the origin of cemetery. It's from the Greek koimen, means put to sleep. I mean, that doesn't sound ominous as it is. Yes, I know the ancient Greeks thought when you were put to sleep that you would die and a few things like that, but you never have thought that would have come from the word cemetery. It then moves on to Korean-meter or whatever, Korean-meter, and it means dormitory. So, you know, when your kids are at college or you go away younger and you're going into a dormitory to sleep, that is where the word cemetery comes from. Again, both together sound a little bit weird and ominous. It's like an offering type of thing. So very weird how we come to in regard to words. So far we have monument or monumental serving as a monument, and obviously cemetery meaning a dormitory or put to sleep. It's like an offering place, this cemetery, because what I didn't talk about in the last one is a cemetery doesn't have a church, and a graveyard has the church in the grounds. And I'll show you a quick picture now. I should have showed it on that one, but hey, we're always thinking, aren't we? Sometimes you miss things out when you're thinking about other things in general. So far I've done monument or monumental and cemetery. Now, how we've been brought up on the classics like Clash of the Titans, the old one with, is it Harry Hamlin or something like that? And do you remember Medusa used to open her eyes and basically turn people to stone? And we've had newer films done of that. And what's it called now when we have the Lightning Thief and all them? So Percy Jackson. So we also have Percy Jackson and Medusa in that. And obviously Medusa is a Gorgon. But when people in the chat last week were asking, what's your thoughts? Do you think people in these cemeteries? Because if you're just watching it for this first time, I did a video called the Genoa Conundrum. And in that's where I found these monumental cemeteries for the first time. And some of the statues, the marble statues, do look very, very like you can see eyebrows and things. I mean, the quality of craftsmanship I've gone into that is astounding. And people were asking, and I apologise if I forgot your name, that what's your thoughts on it? Could these people be turned to stone, a bit like the Gorgons, or like films with gargoyles turn to human? Now, I didn't know what to think at the point because, well, obviously, you know, people always ask and different theories, and I've not looked into things enough. I know people like Mudfustle University and Stelium 7 do good work in regard to fossilised remains, hearts, bones and things like this. Well, was there a plasmic type of event where things were petrified? Was there some sort of weapon used to petrify in a reset? Because obviously we don't know what time it is because they've meddled with the calendar. So all that being said, we talked about marble. So far we've done monumental cemetery, and you've seen the things a bit weird about that. Well, here's metamorphic, because that's what marble is made out of. Marble is a metamorphic rock, mostly commonly calcite. Well, we have calcite in our ears to balance. Anyway, let's have a look at what metamorphic means. And obviously metamorphic, denoting or relating to a rock that has undergone a transformation by heat, pressure or other natural agencies, e.g. the folding of the strata or the nearby intrusion of igneous rocks. Metamorphic genesis, or are marked by a metamorphosis, if that's a word. So you can see where I'm coming from. Obviously it's come from the English meta and the Greek morpha, meaning form. So if marble is metamorphic and obviously it changes, if there was an event that could turn, or a technology that could turn people into stone, and were these some of these people who turned stone in these monumental cemeteries, like a place that you go, like not like a theme park, but you know, a ritual place? Because look at where some of these cemeteries are positioned, like bang in the centre of a town or something like that. So it's an important place, hence the monumental. And it's like a trophy, like I was saying. So these could be that what I'm talking about. Now you might be thinking, well, it's not bad talking like this, Paul, but how have you got to this conclusion? Well, this is how I've got to it. Now, in marble, and marble is spelt M-A-R-B-L-E. Now, E-L, I know it's backwards, but it's an inversion. E-L is something godly. We all can agree on that, yeah? Well, have a look what marb means. Obviously, M-A-R-B. And you'll go, what the flock? Seriously, guys. Are you ready? Here you go, guys. Adjective, marb, meaning dead, mortified, insensible, spiritually dead, pertaining to the dead. Say what? You heard it. Dead, mortified, insensible, spiritually dead, pertaining to the dead. So marb means that. And people are talking about marble statues being, could they once be human beings? Some of them, I'm not saying everyone, because obviously some of this craftsmanship, but it just blows my mind away. And like I say, I'm not saying this or that, I'm just showing you what I found. If you don't agree with it, that's your problem. Do you know what I mean? I'm just wow, because people are talking about this and this, and to look into the etymology of marble. Now if you type marble in all at once, obviously you get the etymology of what basically I've been talking about. But splitting it up, we know L-E or E-L is godly, and the marb, as you can quite see on the screen, means dead, mortified, insensible, spiritually dead, pertaining to the dead. So marble altogether could be God, a god, not the god, because obviously small lowercase g. Something godly. Is something godly mortified or took away the spirit, or turned these people into stone, like a gorgon or a titan, or some sort of technology, or some event that happens, plasmaphetic or a frequency, who knows? But it's just something to think on. That marble means that, well, marb means that, and obviously the EL then makes it godly. So you can see, is it a ritual for a god to turn people into stone and put them in a monumental area, an important area, to show off? It's just, I know it's a way out there theory, and a huge what if, but I'm just absolutely dumbfounded by what I found marb to mean. As you can see on the screen, dead or mortified or spiritually dead. And we have these monumental cemeteries, and serving as a monument. Is that an example? If you don't do this or don't follow this way, we turn you into this. A bit like the Gorgon, a bit like the Ice Queen, and other characters or characters in the play or films that have turned people into ice or stone. I just found it wow, and I had to share it with you. Even though some people might think it's ridiculous, I'm just bowled over. Hopefully You are, guys, because this is huge in my opinion, and it just gets the brain racing for sure. And to quickly summarise what I've just said in the last bit, if you forgot already, I looked at the word marble and I split it up. Right, so you have marble. Marb means dead, mortified or spiritually dead, and LE is reversed to EL, which means something godly or divine. Now, was the technology that could turn humans into stone, just like technology, or was it a reset? Was the Great Flood, we always think of flood as water, could it be something else, plasma or the pH balance that actually turned people into stone? For instance, like Lot's wife. Who knows? I want to, after this little bit, I'm going to actually show you a few other things for it, see what you guys think. But look at it, Marb, spiritually dead, mortified, and EL something godly. Tell me that's not a wow. Marble statues, people are talking about how real or lifelike they are. And I'm showing you that marble means dead, spiritually dead, or mortified. Was this done to them on purpose, or is it just advanced tech able to cut stone, marble into these shapes? Who knows, but here's a quick clip coming up now of a few other theories. So this is just me thinking out loud, especially after reading what marb means. Remember, dead, mortified, spiritually dead. It just got me wow. So I thought, is there anything in the Bible? Now these are in no particular order, and it's just a few things I want to talk about. Doesn't mean it's fact for anyone, it just means that I want to read it out and see what your guys' thoughts on it, because I see something here. This is about Lot's wife in Sodom and Gomorrah, but Lot's wife looked back as she became a pillar of salt. And this salt always got me because, as you know, in the periodic table, what number is salt or sodium? Oh yeah, it's number 11. This 11 gets about, and we always know, and who is referred to as salt. We are. You are salt of the earth. It's a saying. Or your weight, you're worth your weight in salt. Basically from that ancient era where slaves were weighed against salt, etc, etc. Have a look at this. 2 Chronicles 13:5. Do you not know that the Lord God of Israel gave the rule over Israel forever to David and his sons by a covenant of salt? Wait, but isn't 2 and 13 and 5 add to 11? Oh yeah, that's just a coincidence. But you can see how significant salt is. And it's 11 in the periodic table. It's more L. Evans. And as you know, salt was used, or it's called natron, in mummification. It dries it out, obviously. So it's intriguing, isn't it, about salt? Because obviously salt was valuable. Salt's used in sacrifice. It preserves, it purifies, it seasons. So it's intriguing, isn't it, when we're talking about salt? And obviously the 11, and obviously the effect it has on the body. And as someone said a few weeks ago about salt being an electrolyte, and as you know, electrolyte is a medium that provides the ion transport mechanism between the cathode and the anode of a cell. So it's sort of like a battery. And I was talking about batteries. I think we are batteries. Now, look what I just found. This is being used in new prototypes of batteries, etc. Something called Janos electrolyte. Wow. Why would they call it Janos electrolyte? Janos L. The realm of L. Evan. And it's always talked about how it's run, and obviously in the term electricity, the realm, the jurisdiction of L. A little bonus for you bit, a bonus bit for you guys there. So she turned into a pillar of salt. Yes, I know it's not stone, but still something. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Could he, if he's turning from bread to stone and stone to bread, what about people? As you come to him, the living stone, rejected by humans but chosen by God and precious to him, you also, like living stones, are being built in a spiritual house. So Jesus is known as the living stone. That gets you thinking. And the Word became flesh and dwelt amongst us, and we have seen his glory, glory as the only Son from the Father, full of grace. And that got me thinking, because the Word created everything. Remember the word abracadabra, everyone's favourite magical incantation? We've all heard it. Now, I believe well, it comes from and sounds like the Aramaic expression avra kedavra, which means I create what I speak. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me personally. It's funny how cadaver or a corpse is a dead human body, and avra cadavra is the same. It's a something in that, I just don't know, a magical spell. Sounds like a spell to turn people to and from rock or advanced technology involved. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. It just got me thinking, especially them verses where Jesus is known as the living stone. And I've just been talking about this stuff, natron. Now, have a look at this. The lake in question is called Natron. So guys, we have this. It's Lake Natron in northern Tanzania. It's one of the harshest environments on Earth. Temperatures in the lake rise to 140 degrees F, 6 degrees centigrade, and the alkalinity is between pH 9 and pH 10.5, almost as alkaline as ammonia. This causes animals crushing into the water to calcify and look like stone figurines when they have dried. Some certain kinds of fish that can evolve, have evolved to survive in such caustic environments. Now, some artists, a photographer, took these images. Now, do they actually turn them completely to stone? How long have they got to be in the water to turn into stone? Is it just like a shell? And obviously, if they break it, they move. I don't know, but it's just giving me an idea of if this is a case of just a pH balance change and it's doing this to this lake, what other factor is making the animals turn to stone, or the shells? Could it happen on a grand scale in a reset? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud and seeing what you guys think, because it's an interesting theory, isn't it? If this can happen just by dipping in the lake or exposure to this over X amount of times, and you get encased in like a salt substance, or look what's turned to stone, what could these people or statues, could they have any derivative from this, like a reset happened, like a flood, but the pH balance of the water made people turn to stone? I just don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, see what you guys think. Thank you for watching What the Flock TV Bite Size. If you've liked the video, please like, share and subscribe. If you want to help the channel, please, the link below for buy me a coffee is there, but also just share the content. Thank you guys, take care.